Hello and welcome to the All Things Super podcast here on All Things Wrestling. I am Super Chasney and this is Tom.
Hello, welcome. And we are again joined by Alex Kingdom.
Oh,
How did they are becoming a special guest anymore? What is this now? Podcast 4, and I've been on 3 of them.
Yes, we
Um,
know, but there's no one available to work at the minute.
wow. So I'm just a standby until you can get someone better.
Well, I didn't say that, but you read it however you want.
I didn't think it'd be
Um,
that hard to find someone better.
Well, the one person we wanted today didn't show up, so
I'm always a reliable source. But yeah, today I'm going to get put through the ringer. Which is going to be interesting.
before we start with this mainly Mania and NXT themed episode of All Things Super podcast, we have the poll from the last podcast, which was the best match of the last 30 days, which was March the 11th. We did the poll. The runner-up, two runner-ups at the same vote of 3 people each was Gargano and Almas and the Men's Chamber. And the resounding winner with 12 votes was Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
Well, congratulations.
People prefer that match?
I've not seen the match. But
It was a good match.
because I don't watch weekly NXT because ain't nobody got time for that.
The people have
You pay for
spoken.
you use the network. You might as well watch it.
I don't watch weekly NXT. I watch 205 Live.
I have weekly. I actually have to go and watch NXT soon. I say this, but this could be out after I've watched NXT. If so, hello. This is before
Hello.
NXT.
Are you going to get there?
What?
Doesn't NXT stream to begin with? Are you going to get there on time?
Yeah, it starts at 1.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, this is a fantastic start to
Okay,
the podcast.
let's get on to points. Before we do Mania, I have one more point. I showed Alex and Super Chasney a video which I thought was quite bad. I talked about it in my wrestling newsroom the other day when that wrestler spat on the child. I'd like to know your guys' opinion on whether you think that was too far for a heel wrestler to go.
I'll let you go first, Alec.
Oh, thank you. I think it was. I think about, being a heel and doing it to children is great because, the kids are people that are impressionable. You can kind of do that. But getting, physical, and you can say spit isn't physical. But, as a guardian or a parent, you don't want your kids, being spat on by someone that they, either look up to or, they're entertained by. I think it was a bit too far personally. In terms of good heel work, I think the dad also overreacted. But yeah,
Dad was trying to kick his ass.
yeah.
So
I think,
I think the dad definitely reacted to that.
yeah, I think it was a little bit too far. What's your opinion, Charlie?
I do think it was terrible. I don't think that should happen, but I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be. It's not like he spat in their face or something like that. It hit a kid's coat arm. It's not exactly the end of the world, is it? But no, it shouldn't have happened.
That was my reaction. Is it was completely disrespectful and too far. But well, to be fair, at least he didn't whack the child in the face or something. Could have done worse things.
Well, yes, I'd agree. That
Like I saw people's comments saying he should be blacklisted from wrestling forever, which I thought that's way too of an extreme reaction.
Exactly.
Like Tom should be blacklisted from wrestling forever.
Now Mania. We have to get on to Mania and NXT TakeOver. We're not going to do proper predictions. We're just going to talk about a few of the matches and our thoughts on the whole shows as general what they're going to be looking like.
Well, let's start with NXT, as that's how it starts.
Let's actually get the card. I need to find the card for that then, because I've not got the card up. NXT TakeOver. There we are. New Orleans.
Massively professional here.
Yes, completely.
Don't worry, I already have it up. And we've got some interesting matches.
Yep.
5 in total.
Yeah, we can probably talk about all of these. No, we have enough time to talk about definitely all of these.
Wait, is Adam Cole doing Double G?
He is doing WT, yes.
Good on him. Good on him.
Oh yeah.
However, so this is what's going on. So for me, the standout matches, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, the ladder match, and Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Now you might be thinking, whoa, what about the main championship match? Who gives a damn? Not me. The reason I've gone for, especially Ember Moon and Shayna, is their match last time at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, where Ember was in that submission hold for a good minute or two, and she got out. It was probably one of the best submissions moments in WWE, or at least wrestling history. I think that entire sequence was incredible. So I'm really excited to see what they do this time with it. I think if we're being honest, Shayna will be going over. Anyone got a question on that?
Yeah, I definitely think Shayna should win. Otherwise, it's just going to make her look way too weak. Unless Shayna gets attacked by, say, one of the women that she's been attacking over the last few weeks and months. But there's no legitimate reason why Ember Moon should win again. Because you're just basically stopping her dead. Super?
Well, I'm not that keen on
Shayna.
No, Ember Moon.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Some people work for you, some people don't, and that's just one of them people for me. So Shayna Baszler is my preferred pick.
I'm gonna say I would prefer Ember to retain, but Shayna I'm fine with.
Yeah, I think Shayna needs the belt. Ember needs to kind of take a few weeks off from injuries, and then come back and then slightly carry it on a little bit. Which I know this won't be the end of it if she won the belt.
This tag team situation, though, for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy and the Tag Team Championships, the Undisputed Era, Authors Pain, and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. What if they were to win? Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
I'd like that to be a win. That would be a fair shout because they've got massive respect for each other as they've been showing on TV recently.
I think that's just storyline.
But personally, I do want to see Adam Cole hold a belt, and I think a tag team championship with Kyle O'Reilly would be pretty decent. I don't really want to see the Authors of Pain with a belt again.
I don't think the Authors of Pain will win.
I think they'll lose and go up.
I think they'll go up. Yeah, I think they'll lose and go up.
They're bringing in new tag teams. If you notice, they've got TM61. They've got the other people that like a rip-off of Crime Time. I can't remember the name. Street Profits. That's it. They started to build up the tag team division again. So
do you mean they've got a black tag team coming in?
They've got War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine, Heavy Machinery. They're building the tag team division up again. So I think it's time for some to move on so we can make space for others. And I think the Authors of Pain deserve to move up.
I'd like to see some people down.
Is it bad that on this show, the least intriguing match is the main event? Or at least Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's the least intriguing match for me.
What is the least intriguing match?
I'm not really that fussed over the tag team title match, to be honest. I think it's going to be a decent match, but I just feel like...
It's got Roddy Strong and Pete Dunne in it with the Undisputed Era.
Yes, but Aleister Black is amazing, and he's going to kick the shit out of Cien Almas, and he's going to take that championship, then he's going to feud with Adam Cole, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, again, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. Aleister Black doesn't impress me on that.
Well, we're all entitled to our opinion. Super Chesney said he weren't that impressed with Ember Moon, so we're all entitled to our opinion, but I happen to think Aleister Black is fantastic. I don't like Andrea Cien Almas.
I thought he did really well in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Cole did, yeah.
No, Almas.
Oh, yeah. Both of them did well.
They did.
I don't think Cole was all that special in the Rumble.
No, I think Almas really shone.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did. I'm not a big fan of him. I think Selena puts me off a lot. I really hate her.
But isn't that her job?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's got to the point where I hate it that much I don't want to actually see her, so it puts me off actually wanting to see him.
But that's
we all feel with Roman Reigns.
People like Roman at the minute. Let's not mess with that.
Who?
No, they don't. They really don't.
He's been getting cheers more recently, so stop moaning.
They were cheering when he got beaten up by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but now he's slowly getting over. And to be honest,
But-
Brock is pissing me off.
Let's not live in fairyland here. The crowd are going to shit all over Roman Reigns. Whereas,
I don't think it's going to be as bad as WrestleMania, as the bloody Royal Rumble one.
I think you're wrong.
People, I don't know if it's the general opinion, but I think Brock needs to lose that title and fuck off.
I don't think any of them are good picks for the main event.
No.
I'd like to see Lesnar hold the strap for another year. Controversial.
I hate Lesnar. I really hate Lesnar.
If
Lesnar picked up a proper contract and actually worked more than bloody 5 days a year, I'd agree with you.
Yeah,
My
but
issue with Lesnar is that if he loses to Reigns, then Lesnar rides off into the sunset, at least for a few years. And then all the hard work that's gone into building Brock Lesnar up to be this giant guy has gone. Whereas if he loses to Reigns, he could go into some smaller feuds against other guys and only appear on pay-per-views, and that's fine. But he can actually put some people over in the next year.
yeah,
Well,
as well.
there's two options that are happening with Lesnar. He's either leaving after this Mania match, or he's signing until August and having a feud with Bobby Lashley. They're the two things that are happening.
Here's my
Well,
thing.
I don't think we know.
Well, no, none of us will know until it happens.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, though. You say you want, if Lesnar holds the strap, you want him to work regularly, but doesn't that kind of lose the mystique
No.
of Lesnar? Wouldn't that get kind of boring? Seeing him
I
just
find him boring now. I can't find him any less boring.
Going to make him any better?
Can't make him worse.
you can make him a lot worse.
Maybe if he starts doing his own promos and, doing some work. Instead of standing there and getting paid $12 million a year to bounce in the ring.
He is good though.
He's an intriguing person, but I just think he's lazy. Really, really lazy.
Well, the idea is you're not supposed to like him if you like Roman Reigns.
I don't like either of them.
You just said Roman's over!
Over more than Lesnar. He's the best out of a bad situation.
Roman Reigns is not more over
Roman
than
Reigns
Brock.
is going to win regardless of what you think.
We all know that.
But we're saying to you that Roman is not more over than Brock Lesnar.
We'll have to wait and see the reaction at the end of Mania.
We will.
Anyway, let's move on to
NXT, because we got
let's move
distracted.
on to the most intriguing match on the card. Adam Cole versus Ethan Page versus Big Damo, because I refuse to call him Killian Dane, versus Lars Solomon versus Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream in a ladder match for the inaugural NXT and North American Championship.
First of all, have you seen the design?
Great.
Have you seen the design, Super?
Yeah, it's got a really weird belt. The actual strap.
What is your opinion of it, though? I know it's slightly different than what they're regularly designed for, but
I just like black straps. I don't like the IC title like that.
well, no.
You don't like the white strap?
No, I don't.
I hate the white strap. I've always hated the white strap.
Controversial opinion.
I don't think it is. You look at most like wrestling titles and boxing titles, and they're all black and gold.
Yeah. Honestly, I do like it because it looks different than anything else WWE have been doing.
Looks a lot
looks
like the
classy, black and gold.
I do like the title. I think it is a nice title, and I think it's going to be a close match.
I'm going to go with
a very close match.
I'm going to go with my gut here, and I'm going to say Ricochet wins.
Tom's going with EC3. He's going to win the
going with
Royal
EC3.
Rumble.
Why?
It's obvious that they want to give it to EC3.
No, it's obvious that they don't want to give it to him. He'll almost get it, and then he'll lose it, and then he'll complain because that's EC3's character.
How do you know this is his
And then
character? Because he's a new person.
He's the exact same character he was in TNA. The exact same.
I'm gonna go with Adam Cole.
Baby.
Okay, I will mark out if Adam Cole wins it. That would be amazing.
I will not, because I'm not a fan of Adam Cole.
I am.
I liked him in the indie scene, not in NXT.
You don't watch NXT. You just said that.
No, but I used to watch it, but I don't now.
Yeah, but he hasn't been there for that long.
He's been there for what, almost a year now. Yeah, he's not lit the world on fire. If anything, he's been kind of screwed by the system. I'm just not really a fan. I think he's a bit boring.
I think this is going to be his time where he starts breaking out of that. They've been holding him back for a reason.
I just think he's going to get eaten by Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane.
Now, I think Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane will take each other out of the match.
But I think the most popular opinion to win is the Velveteen Dream. What is your opinion on the Velveteen Dream? I love the bloke.
Go good.
I love the bloke.
We do know you love blokes.
Who's gonna tell John Barrowman that he's out? Yeah, Velveteen Dream has got one of the most interesting characters currently on any wrestling show.
Charlie, your opinion on the Velveteen Dream?
It's alright.
You have to admit, his attire on TakeOver shows is absolutely incredible.
Well, I will let you know on the next podcast.
Did you not see his Aleister Black one?
No.
And obviously we only have one match left to talk about.
Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a non-sanction match. If Johnny Gargano wins, he'll be reinstated to NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT.
There's two ways this goes. If Gargano loses, he's going to the main roster.
Yep.
Where are we hoping he ends up though? SmackDown.
He would end up on SmackDown.
If I put him on 205 Live, I'm going to throw a fit.
I think he'll win.
Or Gargano?
Yeah.
I think there's something to be told for Tommaso Ciampa winning, and then this feud of theirs being like a Zayn and Owens feud that goes up to the main roster with them.
Fair shout.
Yeah.
I would agree with that one. That would be nice to see.
I agree. I really agree with that. I think this will be the best match of the weekend, as we'll get into later. But I think as well. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the match that much because obviously I'll go into it. But this is actually a really well built feud.
Yeah, the only thing that made it a bit of downer is because Ciampa got injured, it's taken so long to actually continue it.
I think that added to it because it gave Johnny that time to head to the main event and then get dragged back down by his past.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that was good.
Everyone wants everything now. Like when you actually wait for something, it's so much better. And I think we're going to wait another year to really see this feud kick off.
Yeah, I think for me, to be honest, because obviously that break where Ciampa was injured allowed Johnny to go to the main event. So he was right at the top of his game and then got dragged back down by his past, didn't he? Stuff. But yeah, I do see Tommaso Ciampa going over. Anyway, we got. So when am I going to get quizzed? Are we going to talk about wrestling first?
Okay. I'm calling it now. Gargano is going to win the Money in the Bank this year, and Ciampa's going to cost him. Calling it now. If it happens, you heard it here.
I would hope. Yep, I would hope.
Ooh, I'm looking at the WrestleMania set. Slightly.
I don't want to know. WrestleMania.
I think you can imagine what it looks like.
The actual WrestleMania card. Can we move on to that one?
When am I going to get quizzed?
Soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alex, we'll go straight on to Mania. We'll get some questions and think about it. We haven't had a chance to actually think of any questions.
Alrighty then.
All right, obviously Mania, the first controversial thing to talk about is the Cruiserweight Championship placement on the card.
I don't think it's controversial. I think it's.
Are you mad?
I'll continue. I think it's definitely worthy of pre-show. In comparison to the rest of the matches, you're not going to put any of the others on. You can't put the Usos on the pre-show again. That's just not fair.
Yeah, looking at the card, it is hard to put anything else on there.
I would put the Raw Tag Team titles on there.
That's Braun Strowman, though.
Give a damn.
You wouldn't put Braun Strowman on the pre-show.
They did last year.
But that was Braun Strowman then. This is Braun Strowman now.
Braun Strowman and what could be a big name partner.
Yeah.
I just think the Cruiserweights have done more work than Sheamus and Cesaro have with those belts. It aggravates me because people like. Oh, I'm gonna get controversial, but one match that I could just do without is Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus the McMahons.
I'm gonna make this point though. People getting pissed off about it being on there, doesn't it make more people want to watch the product to show their appreciation to the wrestlers? Won't it get people to turn into the pre-show?
I think they're lucky that they're having the match on there anyway. They could have easily stuck it on NXT
or 205 Live.
Well, I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Here's where I disagree entirely. They're not lucky to have it on the Mania card because they're Mania-worthy wrestlers. They have been built like Mania-worthy wrestlers. They have been built better than half the people on the main roster. I think that these guys have worked their asses off, and it just shows that the voices aren't being listened. So why would the fans give a shit?
Who is not?
The fans obviously give a shit because they're causing all the shit that is on the pre-show. This is showing WWE that fans care about the Cruiserweight division. Whereas last year, if you put it on the pre-show, when you did, no one cared. People care this year.
I think could have replaced it on the pre-show is Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. But Alexa Bliss has done so much work and completely deserves to have her WrestleMania.
So did the Cruiserweight.
I don't, but you can't use that as an example if Alexa Bliss also deserves that.
Well, Alexa Bliss hasn't really done much for me. She's been
champion for a year.
To quote Cedric Alexander, I don't care where I am, I'm going to steal the show regardless of what placement I am. I'm at Mania. It doesn't matter what it is. He's happy to be at Mania.
The only argument you have is SummerSlam when the New Day and Usos stole the show on the pre-show.
Yeah, but Cedric's happy to be just at Mania. They're happy to be there.
That shouldn't be a thing. He shouldn't just be happy to be on the goddamn show.
You should always be happy to be on the goddamn show. He's getting paid. He's getting exposure. A lot of people watch these pre-shows, especially the Mania one.
The other side of these things is you're going to pick 3 matches that are going to hype the crowd up that aren't that important. You've got 3 matches. You've got 2 big battle royals featuring loads of random people, and you've got a flippy, spot fest.
Yeah. In the end of the day, that is what the pre-show is meant to be for: is to hype up the crowd for the main show.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys here. I think that there was a lot of matches that could be placed on the pre-show.
Well, where are these lots of matches? You're going to tell me that Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey should be on the pre-show?
Oh God, no. Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax.
So the women's championship.
Yep.
Because that doesn't look bad in part of this whole Let's Push Women.
Who cares about looking bad anymore?
They do.
They're now showing they're equal, so it's fine. You've also got
no, not a chance. There's 3 women's matches. There's 10 men's. That's not equal.
Because they don't have the roster.
Exactly, because they're not equal.
You've also got I had one. Shit. You have Series didn't much coming in my head now is the mixed tag, which is not going to go on the pre-show. You have the US title that could go on the pre-show.
Why? You've got a 13-time world champion, Bobby Roode and Rusev. Rusev is over with everybody. They put him in the match because he's that over.
Oh, like people that have been over before have been on the pre-show.
But the point is that Randy Orton's not going to go on the pre-show.
I don't think he'd care at this point. He wasn't even going to work Mania to begin with.
Yes, he was.
No, he was always not going to work Mania. He was going to take the Mania time off.
Can I just comment that all of these things that people keep talking about on YouTube is all a load of made-up stuff?
I believe.
You heard that off of some random person on the internet that
Wrestle
said
Talk.
that this is definitely what happened. You haven't
Wrestle
got a
Talk.
clue.
Wrestle Talk.
What? How do they know? They've not got his phone number. They haven't spoken to him.
Okay, and PW Insider.
None of these things are reliable.
Yes, they are.
They're
They've
always
proven
giving
to be
them
reliable.
random information.
They've proven to be reliable. I'm going to have to disagree with you here.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Well, but we know your opinion doesn't count.
Even does yours, mate.
But it does, because I talk sense.
No, you don't.
All we know is Rusev Day is bringing a tank.
Oh, and that's going to go on the pre-show.
He's asked me about bringing a tank, and he said is a possibility. So Rusev's bringing a tank again.
I don't think he's
Bobby
going to bring
Roode's
a tank again. I think they're going to change up a little bit.
Are we going to fit the Hall of Fame in, by the way? Because there's a few points I'd like to make on that as well.
If he,
What
I
would you
don't
like
even
to
know.
say about the Hall of Fame?
We'll talk about it after this. But
I don't even know the class, so I'm not even that because I don't watch the Hall of Fame.
it's going to be me.
It's not. What do you say?
Obviously, there's not much to say about the mixed tag match. All we know is that I think Ronda's going to win.
Yep, that's
Because it makes
unfortunate.
a lot more sense for her to win than it does for Stephanie to win.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
I could see that going the other way.
I can see it going the other way, and then them
If I had
treating
to predict,
Ronda
I
like
would
an
say the other
absolute
way.
bitch for weeks, and then her just eventually kicking the shit out of her, basically like a Daniel Bryan situation.
I
But-
think this has got the potential to be like one of those Big Show turns up, punches Kurt Angle, and Triple H pins in that sort of thing with Ronda Rousey. And
All I know is if Ronda's team's gonna lose, it won't be Ronda taking the loss. It'll be Kurt that takes the pinfall or submission.
We'll have to wait and see. I'd love to see something different. I'd love to see Ronda have to work her way up from the bottom. And
Yeah, then again, who debuts on Mania? I can't think of many people that have actually debuted at Mania.
Fandango.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, Fandango's about the only one he won, and then look what happened to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like him in the fashion police. No one like the fashion police.
Not
They're
really.
alright. They're alright.
I find them entertaining.
They're entertaining when they're used correctly.
But that's the point of the wrestling is meant to be entertaining. I find their segments to be quite funny and entertaining.
Yeah, but I don't like wrestling fans that will just take anything that's given to them. And, that was my issue with the fashion police.
To be fair, they earned their
The fans,
funniness.
like, at least they're on the show.
They're
In a battle
they're
royal.
in the battle royale.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But most fans are like, at least they're on the show.
They are on the show.
And
Everyone's
Yeah, but
making at Mania.
that's
Whoever's
not
if you're on
something
Mania,
you-
that's a lucky day because you've made it at Mania.
see, I disagree.
So you're gonna say someone who's not on Mania is
No, I say being on Mania for the sake of it isn't an achievement.
Not for the sake of it.
it's to honour Andre the Giant.
Like that battle royale means shit these days.
It's been
These days.
It's been going for
it's
3
been
years.
3.
You can't say these days when it's only been going for 3 years.
The only one that
It
made
is
the only one that
25% of
actually
his life.
not okay. Tell me who's been successful since winning that.
The Big Show, he's had a successful career. Cesaro's had a successful career. And Baron Corbin's not been too bad at the minute.
Champion now. Baron Corbin went on to win the Money in the Bank.
Oh, no.
Cesaro went on to eventually win the tag team titles and now is on the main show going against Braun Strowman and an undetermined partner.
And it made sense for Big Show to win.
I'm not gonna argue, but I disagree. I think it should be a launching pad. Cesaro's done nothing since winning it apart from being a tag team champion, which is just.
Yeah, it's one of the most entertaining tag teams at the minute.
The bar.
It's funny. They're entertaining. They're good.
Yeah, but he was funny, entertaining before winning the Battle Royal. That's my thing. Nothing has changed. Nothing.
Winning
as a champion, he's a
doesn't
multi-time
change
tag team champion.
Oh my!
Just because he wins a match doesn't mean he's all of a sudden going to become Superman.
Matt Hardy's going to win it anyway, so it's fine.
Who is?
Matt Hardy.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Matt Hardy should be nowhere near the top. That final deletion was a load of crap.
That's a controversial opinion.
Why was there drones? Why was
because
there
his Vanguard won!
We all know God is going to win.
So I assume you don't want to get the Mower of Lawns t-shirt?
That's a t-shirt now?
Yes, it's a fucking t-shirt. Him riding that mower is a t-shirt.
I don't even own the WWE t-shirt, so... I
own multiple. Matt Hardy is one of the most entertaining, fresh, original characters in wrestling today.
I'm going to have to disagree.
Who, then?
Who's a good wrestling character?
Yeah.
Do I have to pick WWE?
Yes.
I'm going to struggle then.
Exactly.
But I don't think any character in WWE is good, because I think Matt Hardy's one of the worst.
Matt Hardy's it's original. No one's done a gimmick like him.
Yeah, but saying something's original doesn't make it good.
But it is good. Hundreds of thousands of people think it's good.
To me, it's not. I'm not saying it's bad overall. I'm just saying, to me...
You said he's one of the worst.
Thing. Because in my opinion, it is.
I told you, Alex's opinion doesn't count.
Clearly. Because I've met Matt Hardy, and he's a lovely person.
I didn't say he's not a nice guy.
He is a lovely... And to be fair, Senor Benjamin's over.
Opinion doesn't count.
I think one of the best wrestling characters...
You can't say Bray Wyatt now because he's been deleted.
No, I'm not going to say Bray Wyatt. I guess if we're talking newly created, I think, again, Authors of Pain.
It's not really a character.
Like Velveteen Dream.
Okay, yes, I give you that one. That is a character and a gimmick.
Aleister Black.
Again, yes, I have to give you that. It's not many more.
There's just better. Yeah, but there's better.
I don't think there is.
El Jericho.
You can't compare anyone to Jericho, though. He's been fantastic over his career.
Who is?
Please move on.
Yes. The Women's Battle Royale.
There's going to be about 10 people in it, isn't there?
Bailey's winning.
Nope. The people confirmed are Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Natalya, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Bayley, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Mickie James, and Carmella. 13 people, and they're probably going to shoehorn a load of NXT talents in there.
There's a rumour that Santina's going to be in there, and they're going to immediately throw...
Imagine if Santina fucking wins it. Again, he already won a Battle Royale at WrestleMania, so why not another one?
The 25th anniversary, because apparently the first one is your anniversary.
Yes, we know. We know the American fucking anniversary doesn't make sense because a Raw 25th anniversary was not.
No, they just screwed it up. That's not how American anniversaries work. They just screwed it up.
They've done it on multiple occasions. They did it for Raw.
Because they just do it, but that's not how American anniversaries work.
We're saying it was the 25th anniversary of Raw, which it was not. It was the 24th anniversary of Raw. It was 25 years of Raw.
Anniversaries work the same here as they do in the Americas.
But not in WWE's logic.
Well, no, because WWE are crap and then we'll try and sell them.
Anyway, Women's Battle Royale. Bailey's
Bailey's
not winning it because Sasha and Bailey will eliminate each other.
No, it's going to
Yes.
be down to the final two, Bailey and Sasha. You think Sasha's going to turn heel? Nope, Bailey fucking does and throws her out.
No,
How's
because
that heel?
that wouldn't make a heel.
How is
That's winning the match.
heel?
What did you say?
How is winning a match turning heel?
They've already been fighting on Raw, so that wouldn't make her heel at this point.
Okay. They worked together for the entire match, and then at the end she said, "Oh, that is a
It
heel."
makes no logical sense with how they've been fighting.
No, it makes logical sense, but it's still a heel.
They're going to eliminate each other quite early.
No, then I'm going to go Bailey wins.
It's going to be Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
That means nothing now.
How does it not mean anything?
Because they've been booking like crap.
So you say because Hulk Hogan's not been doing anything recently, him winning everything back in the 80s doesn't mean anything?
Not to WWE anymore.
They've been talking to him, so don't worry about that.
Oh, I hope he doesn't become SmackDown GM.
He's not going to become SmackDown GM because they can't afford him to do that because he's an expensive man.
When it comes
Got to pay off all them racist comments after all. Super Chazzy, who do you think's going to win this Battle Royale?
No one.
You think they're going to eliminate each other right at the end? Everyone just jump over the ring?
I don't think there's a winner here. I don't think the fans are going to win. I don't understand why it's there. They might as well just put Bailey and Sasha on the pre-show.
I can agree because it's kind of like, oh wait, we've got a men's one, we've got to do a woman.
There's only about 12 people
And to
in
be
it.
fair, the trophy looks like a vagina. How does that logic work?
I think Stephanie McMahon's going to win.
What, just randomly appear and eliminate everybody and leave?
Yep.
I think she would do that.
Okay, moving on. We'll pick the headline. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Because this is one I really don't want to talk about because I don't even really want to watch it.
Roman Reigns wins.
I'm excited.
End of it.
I'm excited. I think it'll be a good match.
Oh, I have no doubt it won't be a good match. It's just one that people don't want to see that much.
Oh no, I don't want to see it, but I'm excited for it because I think it will be a good match.
It will be a fairly decent wrestling match. It will be a lot of suplexes, Superman punches.
Yeah, I don't want to see like the aftermath of it, but the match contained itself.
I don't think there'll be that much aftermath.
No, in terms of fan reaction.
People already know who's going to win. So I don't think they're going to be that much reaction. I think they're just going to all go...
Doesn't mean they're going to not complain.
I think people have given up complaining at this point.
Can we just, if we allow this to happen, can we just not have Roman Reigns headline next year?
Yeah, I can agree with that one. Please, not again.
Roman's going to headline for 10 years. That's going to be his record. Then he's going to leave. Yeah, I'm excited for this match. I think it's going to be really good. Apart from that,
I already know that my friends are going home before this match even starts.
Why are your friends even coming over? They leave like midway through the show all the time.
Yeah, they stay until like just after the Nakamura and AJ Styles match.
That could be going on first for all we know.
That's not going on first.
I think I'd prefer it to go on first.
To hype the crowd up?
I just think that there's so many other matches on the card that by sticking it so late in the card, you know, I don't think we'll have enough energy to get through all of them.
But the thing is, then again, won't it be the same kind of concept? You know, WrestleMania, was it 18? Where it was The Rock and Hogan, the fans got that worn out after that match. They just had nothing left for the main event.
But what was the main event of that? Wasn't it like...
it was Triple H versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I think you would hype the crowd up more if that was first, because you'd get the fan buzzing straight away.
And then you can get Pitbull doing a performance after that. Doing Green Light.
No, it's going to be Kick Rock. Don't worry about that.
No, but we all want to hear Green Light. Give me the green light.
No, I don't want to hear Pitbull again. Fuck off, Pitbull.
I like Pitbull. And Kid Rock.
I like Kid Rock, but I don't get these concerts in the middle of it, though.
It's just to break it up a bit.
It's
Yeah,
not a
but-
wrestle.
People don't want to
WrestleMania
watch
is
8
not for
hours
the
of
hard.
wrestling.
WrestleMania is not for the hardcore fans. People are going to be like, "Oh, I know who Kid Rock is. Oh, I know who Pitbull is." You know.
Yeah, but look at the Super Bowl. You talk more about the halftime show than they do about the actual match.
Fair
And
point.
the trailers you get as well.
Okay, well, let's go on to obviously we'll cover Charlotte and Asuka, which will be a good match.
Charlotte's winning.
No, she's not hot.
Yes, she is. It's my concept. Either way, Carmella's cashing at the end of the match.
Yeah,
Um,
and what they want to do, which is logical, is Asuka have an undefeated streak until 35, and then face Ronda Rousey.
Disagree.
That's what Vince wants. It's obvious.
No, okay, listen. Right, this is what's gonna happen. Asuka loses. She turns heel, kicks the shit out of Charlotte. FABLOUS. 1, 2, 3. Carmella wins.
What? And then Asuka's undefeated streak just goes in there, and then no one's going to care about a Ronda Rousey match.
She lost at fucking WrestleMania.
Asuka's going to win. It's obvious.
No. Me and Robbie in our predictions video both said that it could go either way. And I agree.
Yeah, but no one likes Robbie.
What?
He's
one
the
likes
Alex
Robbie
Kingdom of
Ross.
America.
Bobby is a good friend of mine. I hate Bobby.
But you haven't changed it. You haven't denied it.
What? He's the American version of me?
That no one likes him.
No, I don't. He's got a lot of followers and a lot of fans. He's a really nice guy, and I think you two just get out to the throats because you are two entirely different people.
I've never said anything bad to Robbie.
No, not you. Super and Robbie.
Anyway, this match I think could be one of the best matches on the card. I think
we'll get into that later.
I think this is going to be one of the best matches on the card. I think that because there's not been a history of very good women's single matches at WrestleMania. This is a first opportunity where there's 2 on the card, and I think that they're going to throw a bit of time this way. And I think there's 2 very, very good wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah. Isn't this like the first time in like something like 10 years that there's a singles match for the championship is actually on Mania?
Yeah, I think it was Ashley and someone else.
It was like 23 or 24. And the rest have all been multi-women matches.
Yep.
So yeah, they're definitely showing a lot towards the women. But come on, Asuka. And if she cashes in, she's gonna fail that cash in.
Why would the first women's Money in the Bank fail?
Shits and gigs.
Already failed. What's his name? Won it, didn't he?
James Ellsworth is the first women's Money in the Bank.
Anyway, speaking of James Ellsworth.
Yes, she's tag team champion with Gilbert.
No, I'm talking about Braun Strowman's mystery partner.
Well, because of the fact he's a tag team champion with Gilbert in other promotions, I don't think he's going to appear at WrestleMania.
I think he might.
Did you hear that Gilbert and him are tag team champions?
No.
Who's Gilbert?
No wonder he says things like...
Gilbert turned up at the Festival of Friendship.
I skipped that.
Why?
Because I don't care about Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho.
Can we kill him?
Yes.
No, okay. I don't like wrestling segments that are obvious. So when it's an obvious heel turn, I just skip it. Because I'm like, oh, we know the outcome.
That's the point of the show. So if the point of the show is going to happen, I'm not going to watch it.
Well, you don't need to watch the final match because you know it's obvious.
You don't need to watch most of the matches then because they're all pretty much quite easy to read.
Okay, segments on the other hand are a bit.
Okay, Braun Strowman's mystery partner. Who are we going for?
I'd like it to be a random person out of the crowd. I genuinely would. One of the sort of fans that you often see at the front. Just pick one of them out and he tells him to stand in the corner.
So he has a partner but doesn't need the partner.
Yeah, he doesn't tag him in. Or maybe he lets the fan pin or make the final pin.
And then the fan becomes a tag team champion, and then Braun Strowman actually
I think
finds a
it'd be
proper
fantastic.
partner.
Yeah.
But I've already said, if it's Rey Mysterio, they're not winning the titles.
They're not winning the titles regardless.
Braun Strowman, if he gets a partner that's going to be returning, he will win the tag team titles.
If Rey Mysterio's turning up, then he's going to be back full time.
No, Rey Mysterio started a new wrestling company.
And
He won't return to WWE for a full-time contract because he's starting a wrestling company. If he turns up to Mania, it's a short-term deal only.
I don't think he'll turn up at all then.
If he turns up, he'll be taking the fall for Braun Strowman. He'll take
I
the
don't
pin.
think they're going to make him appear again for another one-off.
It's WWE. Why not?
I don't think that it's going to be a big name.
It'll be a returning Big Cass or Samoa Joe or someone like that.
There's no reason for it to be one of them. He can beat them on their own, let alone with someone else that's quite decent.
Yeah, but he has to have a partner.
Yeah, just a random rubbish person.
Yeah, that's what Charlie's saying.
Neville could come back.
The partner.
That could happen.
Imagine Neville coming out to be his partner.
No.
The crowd would lose their shit.
No.
Why
There'd
not?
just be another Alexa Bliss Neville, Alexa Bliss Braun Strowman thing, and that was crap.
He seriously has no decent opinions, does he?
What about
I just
Alexa
don't
Bliss
like-
after she loses her title?
I just don't like gimmicks.
We were having a conversation about gimmicks earlier, and you were saying you enjoyed gimmicks. Velveteen Dream.
Okay, some of them I enjoy, but when it purposely is for comedy, it's like, ugh.
That's wrestling.
Not my kind of wrestling, mate.
Well, I'm not sure what your kind of wrestling is.
Independent wrestling, mostly.
They
Well,
still
why are
do
you
comedy
watching
stuff.
this? Why are you watching
Yeah, but
WWE?
because it's WrestleMania,
But I'm sure you don't actually like it.
some of it gets on my nerves, but that's about it.
Anyway, let's move on.
I think we've covered everything for AJ Styles Nakamura. Just talk briefly about the Fan Dream match, which everyone's wanted.
I think it'll be good as long as WWE let them go all out.
They will let them go all out. It's Mania.
I think they will. Guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Yeah, I'd love it to be Nakamura.
Yes.
I think Styles might, but I am going to go with Nakamura because I think there might be some truth to the Styles injury rumor.
Definitely. But either way, it's going to be a fantastic match.
We forgot one match that we have not talked about.
What, the triple threat Intercontinental?
Yep.
Seth Rollins all the way. But then again, Miz is
That's
34 days away from breaking the overall record, the longest holding Intercontinental Champion of all time, so...
No, I don't want to bring me and Robbie's predictions up again, but Rollins was the only one we didn't go with.
Mine is either Rollins or The Miz, and then he's going to break the record. Which I think is more likely that the Miz will break the record.
Miz is going on maternity leave, mate.
No, he won't.
He will.
No, he won't.
WWE will give him time to go spend with his child.
Yeah, and he could still be champion if he takes 3 weeks off because he was the Intercontinental Champion when he went to film a movie for 3 weeks.
I'm just going to say Finn Balor wins, and the reason Seth Rollins won't win is because of and now we've said that we know he's not medically cleared, Dean Ambrose, that he'll hit a dirty deed or something, not take a bump. And if you say, well, they're not allowed to, Tommaso Ciampa hit Johnny Gargano with a crotch being ready.
Ah. So yeah, I think we've covered most of Mania.
Mm-hmm.
We're just waiting for...
Before we finish, what do you guys think of Rousey? What do you think the outcome of that's going to be? Do you think it's going to be a good match, bad match?
I think she'll show some good wrestling skill.
I think it'll be the weakest match on the show. Mixed tags are not my thing, especially in WWE, because, it's not opposite sex violence, which I feel really restrictive.
Alex, what is your thing?
Okay, so you're getting pissed off because the men don't hit the women.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, just why? Okay.
We're in a society where it's not acceptable to smack a woman.
No, I'm not saying that, but maybe because I'm built up on the indie style, all that. Okay.
It doesn't make it right.
I didn't say it was right, but why have a match where if another person for the other gender tags in, so does the other person? It breaks the flow of the match.
That's called an intergender match. The men and the women can fight in an intergender match, not a mixed tag match. There is a difference. Intergender means where men and women associate. Mixed tag means the men have to fight the men and the women have to fight the women.
Okay, all I'm saying is I think it'll be the weakest match on the show.
No, I don't think it will.
I don't have a problem with men and women hitting each other in what is essentially a fake sport. Because if they're trying to say that women are equal, then it shouldn't be the words you said. A man shouldn't hit a woman. It should be exactly the same both ways.
Yeah, I agree.
They should both have to hit each other.
Well, yeah, obviously we had China wrestling men, so I've never had a person. I'm just saying what the society is about.
But society is messed up because it's either equal or it's not.
Well, to be fair, in the terms of men and women hitting each other, it's man does it to a woman, absolutely bad. Woman does it to a man, they've got no problem with it.
Exactly. How is that equal?
It's not equal. Society is messed up. But yeah, I personally think they should have. Then again, Becky Lynch wrestled James Ellsworth on SmackDown a few weeks ago.
That was comedy.
Count as a man?
That was comedy.
But they still wrestled.
But does he count as a man?
Yes.
That doesn't count though.
Yes, it does. A man wrestled a woman. Regardless of whether it was meant to be comedy or not, a man wrestled a woman.
Did he hit her?
Yes, he did.
Did he hit her with a sequence of hard hitting moves?
She pretty much kicked the shit out of him, but he did wrestle her back.
Oh wow, he hit her with one punch or a super
I think he hit her
kick.
more than once. But still, it's a man wrestling a woman, which I would have never thought we'd seen WWE in 2017.
That's all like Becky Lynch. That's all like Becky Lynch against AJ Styles.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be really good. Actually, Disarmer versus Calf Crusher.
Yeah, that's my thing. People say, oh, well, comedy matches is the highest you can go. Well, first of all, James Ellsworth has never been built like a credible threat. So you can essentially say that James Ellsworth isn't even a wrestler in WWE.
To be fair, you think Santino Marella was entertaining, so you can't really say you don't like comedy stuff.
No, I didn't say that. I just say that you can't. If Santino was to fight someone like Becky Lynch, there wouldn't be a proper man versus woman fight. Santino Marella.
Who knows? Well, we have awards to discuss. I was going to do Hall of Fame, but we might as well just... All I've got to say is we might see the salmon jacket from Mark Henry return.
Well... Yeah, no, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. You've got Edge and Christian being inducted by... Sorry, the Dudley Boys being inducted by Edge and Christian, and the Hardy Boys will make an appearance on stage. You know that. You've got Goldberg going in. You've got... who was the woman? Ivory.
There's two, isn't there? Jacqueline and Ivory.
I think there's only one.
Jack Williams was last year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Jeff Jarrett making his first WWE appearance in... What, bloody hell, 17 years.
Yay!
He was backstage at SmackDown last night.
Don't really care for Jeff Jarrett.
I like Jeff Jarrett. He won't be that much involved in the company after this. I think he'll be doing more backstage PR stuff for them.
He could be on a GM.
I wouldn't have a problem with that because I find him doing promos very entertaining. Personally, I've always been a fan of Jarrett since 2006 when I watched TNA, so I would have no problem with him being the SmackDown GM. Could be Jeremy Borash.
Hopefully not.
Probably not though, because he's on NXT. But yeah.
Shall we move to some awards?
Yes. Hall of Fame, good. My live reactions, check them out on Friday.
The awards. Tom, do you first?
My award is one thing WWE should bring back. Super, your choice first.
Mine's slightly different. I want to say the hardcore title. I'd like to see that back. I don't think they could bring back the hardcore title as it is because they don't do enough sort of weapon shots and all those sorts of things. But the thing I loved about the hardcore title was the 24/7 aspect. So just by having a title with that stipulation that they can pin them at any point during the show, you could have them play around with it off the shows, on the network, on Facebook Live, on all those sorts of things. I think it'd be great in this time where we've got all these social media to see it pop up on my phone that Randy Orton has pinned the hardcore champion.
Goldust.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby Roode. Then it'd be fantastic to keep up with.
Plus, that gives other mid-card people a chance to win a title that they may not get a chance at.
Yeah, but I feel like a 24/7 title is going to be treated like a joke. So saying that's something
It was a joke, but it was entertaining, and it was
really entertaining.
I'm not going to say it's not entertaining. I'm just saying you can't really say, "Oh, a mid card's going to get a credible championship run."
No, but they're going to get a championship reign on their record. It's better than not having a championship reign.
I beg to differ. But yeah, I agree. Especially now, it would really work with the whole era of the network and social media, as you said. I think they might as well take the opportunity because then obviously it gives the network, gives the people to constantly be looking at the network, saying, is there like a live feed, or maybe have like a constant live feed on the champion, or something, maybe they're driving to one city and then the driver just turns around, pins them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so they did do crazy stuff like people pin each other when they were asleep and all that kind of stuff. It was quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Mine is they should bring back occasional blood. I'm not saying every week someone get hit and they bleed everywhere, but I mean for weapon-based matches and Hell in the Cells and stuff like that, I think there should be a little bit of blood.
Isn't that like a thing already, though?
No. There's barely any blood.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen Roman Reigns open a pack of blood from time to time.
Yeah, they've done it a couple of times, but I'd like to see it more occasionally in the gimmicky matches, because remember, you're looking forward to Hell in the Cell because you're thinking, how badly are they going to destroy each other? And then they all come out bloody messes.
See, that's, again, maybe I'm not educated, but I don't really care for blood.
I think in them gimmicky matches, it makes more of an atmosphere that they're truly going to the lengths to destroy each other.
For me, it takes away more than adds.
Super.
I would like to see in the Charlotte Asuka match some blood, because we've not seen blood in a women's match before. I just think it emphasizes how much of a hard match it's been. So, for example, as you say, Hell in a Cell, all those sorts of things, you don't see it often, and that's what I like about using it occasionally, to emphasize how hard these two guys are going at it. So I'd love to see it in a women's feud as well.
Yeah, that would be good. Now, Alex, your
mine in international pay-per-views. Now, when I say this, I don't mean random things like Extreme Rules taking place in Australia. I mean pay-per-view where you definitely know that it's going to be in this location. For example, I believe we had a show that was UK-based from 2005-2006 called Insurrection. Maybe another one that I didn't know about.
There was a second one, but I cannot remember what it was called.
Because of the world market is growing for WWE, especially now with this Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia coming up.
They are having shows round like Australia, Saudi Arabia. They are expanding, but they do need like a yearly pay-per-view in England or Australia or somewhere different.
I think the UK has been one of the most shafted countries out of the lot.
Yeah, the problem is if they did a
Because
pay-per-view over here, it'd be taped. Wouldn't
yeah,
it?
but it doesn't really matter. It's more about giving the fans that love.
I
think
hate
if
when
they
they tape the show and then make us wait for it. Like when they have Raw over here, they don't put it on 7 o'clock for us. They make us wait till 1 o'clock to watch it.
yeah, that's an issue. But I feel like more important is just giving that love to the fans, making the fans feel important.
WrestleMania in England, please.
I'd go.
I would go.
That'd be incredible. It will never
I
happen.
feel like we'd all
No,
go. I feel like
it would.
we'd
It
go,
would
wouldn't
never happen in Vince's
I
lifetime.
Yeah, I don't think it would in Vince's. But
In Triple H, it's possible.
I think we could see a WrestleMania in the UK within the next 10 years.
Definitely.
I'd say 5, pushing it. 10's possible. But for me, it's just I feel like WWE, even though they're getting better, they need to push for that international stage because that's something that the independent scene is a lot better at doing than WWE. They get shows every like Ring of Honor. They go to
I
Japan
will have
sometimes.
to say though, they are trying because in the Access they have got progress matches and evolved
And
matches.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the
Yeah,
indie shows overall are better at being worldwide than WWE, which WWE have more money.
Yeah, I
Which
agree
are
with
just
that,
not.
but I'm just saying WWE that shows they're expanding and they're willing to work with others and progress is English, isn't it?
It is, but yeah.
But that's what I mean. That they're showing willingness to work with international wrestling companies to bring
That's
out more
not.
stuff.
That's not what I'm saying. But
No, but
yeah,
it's not along the lines.
It's not the same though as if you had, saying, "Oh, this is associated with WWE," instead of actually having WWE there.
One step at
It's
a
not the
time.
same. But there doesn't need to be steps. We've seen it happen before. There doesn't need to be steps. This isn't a boundary that we need to slowly build towards. We've seen it before.
I think it is. I think WWE are too afraid to work with anything at the minute, and this is them going out. They were that
I
afraid for
disagree.
so long that they're getting taken down.
I disagree. I don't think there's any afraid about it. I think they're just lazy. There's no need for WWE to be afraid because Interaction Network, very successful pay-per-views, and the crowds cared. I think it's just WWE being ignorant. I think people going they're willing to expand and work with other companies. Yeah, okay, they're associated with those companies, but that's not the same as seeing AJ Styles appear in the UK.
But how do you know that won't happen? That's what
I'm
I
not
mean.
saying it won't.
Working relationships means that could happen.
No, but it wouldn't be the same as a fully fledged WWE card. And I feel like you saying, "Oh, you might get the odd promo from Triple H and ICW," which did happen. That's nothing.
Yeah, but eventually they could have a pay-per-view.
But they already have, so there's no need to build up to it. Just fucking do it.
Well, there's a lot of marketing and everything that goes to building a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I get that, but they've already done it before, and it's a lot easier to do it nowadays than it was back then.
What, ship all the talent across? That's a lot harder than it sounds.
I'm not saying it's not harder, but independent shows do it with a lot less budget.
Shall we vote?
Yeah, I'm definitely not voting for Alex's. Now, Super, what's your vote for?
My own. The hardcore title. I think Blood is already in WWE in small doses, and I'm not even going to go into your argument.
No, I don't think we should. Alex, what you vote for?
I'm going to stick with my own because I think the 24/7 rule. While it's interesting, it's not a must.
I'm going with the hardcore title.
I feel like if are we talking 24/7 rule, or are we talking hardcore championship?
We're talking 24/7 rules.
Then yeah, I'd go with that. But if we're talking hardcore championship, I don't think WWE have the balls.
No, that's
to put
just
on.
Super Chasney's example because that was the only 24/7 belt known as.
Alright, yep. I'll go with Super Chasney's.
Okay. This is my one. The best match of the weekend prediction So, which match do you think is going to be the best match of the weekend? Tom, would you like to go first?
Yes, my pick is my personal dream match for a very long time: AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. I fantasy booked this match back in very, very early 2017, saying this should happen at WrestleMania. This is what they should do, and this is how they have actually built it the way I dreamt they would build it. For me, this is going to be in my opinion, should be the best match, because Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Nakamura, even though he's kind of laid off a bit, I think he's going to bring back full force old Nakamura in this match, overcome AJ Styles, and have his WrestleMania moment on the grandest stage of them all.
I have a question. Have you seen the New Japan match?
It was really good.
Good. Thank God you've seen it.
Moving to you, Alex.
I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Because this is the best built match going into Mania. It's had a year-long build. It's had time to breathe. And things that outside of the feud have it still added to the feud. And I feel like these two, we've seen them have a good match already. And I feel like now, with this unsanctioned rule and the stakes involved in the match, that isn't just a championship. It's someone losing their job. The stakes are higher. It's going to be high impact, high octane. The NXT card are going to eat it up. And, I feel it's going to be different to get Nakamura versus AJ Styles, because this has more, to me, this has more of a fight feel. This has more of a personal stake to it.
You mean it's got story? The thing that you don't like in matches?
I wouldn't say like story. I'd say the story has to be good.
Yeah, they're different stories, but AJ and Nakamura have been telling a story over the last few months themselves.
That hasn't been that. It's been lackluster.
In your opinion, I think it's been a really well-built match.
And again, though, you say
the Money in the Bank match.
You say every Raw and SmackDown is at least decent, so...
I don't say every Raw and SmackDown is decent. I say they're all right for what they are.
Yeah, but, like,
If you're going to take everything in a negative spin, you're never going to enjoy anything. I enjoy the shows for what they are. Sometimes they're shit, sometimes they're alright.
I don't have the opinion of taking it for what they are. If it really upsets me.
And my prediction is Charlotte Flair, Asuka. Quick question to you both. Which match stole the show last year? It was the women's triple threat match, which absolutely everybody agreed.
That was a really good match.
Great match.
What women's triple threat match?
Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha.
That wasn't last year.
Yes, it was.
No, that was
Bayley hadn't come up.
No, Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, and Nia Jax. Fatal four-way.
Either way, it goes into WrestleMania weekend. No one's really looking forward to it that much. People aren't thinking it's going to be amazing. You've got probably, and it's probably not a probably, it is the two best women in wrestling at the moment, in the undefeated Asuka and Charlotte, who seems to have fantastic pay-per-view matches. She was the one in the Hell in a Cell. I know she was with Sasha, but this woman can go, and I think we could be expecting something a lot less than we're going to get. I think the other two matches are going to be really good, but I think we're building them up to be good already in our heads.
So here's why I disagree with you. They built Charlotte and Asuka as like the biggest women's match in WrestleMania history. They've already done that. We're already hyped for that match as shit. That is a really hype match we're all hyped for. It's an Andre Hogan type match in the women's division. We already know it's going to be that.
Right.
You're coming across as, no one's going to care about that match going into the weekend. Everyone's talking about Asuka, Charlotte. Who's going to go? Is Charlotte going to beat the streak? Is Asuka going to...
I disagree. I don't think they're talking about that. I think they're talking about all the other matches. They're talking about Ronda. They're talking about The Undertaker. They're talking about Nakamura, AJ Styles. This isn't the match everyone's talking about.
I think... I don't know. I've heard... Yeah.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but
I just watched a lot of YouTube.
Maybe you should watch wrestling instead of YouTube.
I don't watch WWE because
Well, it's quite clear from saying.
who's got time? Who's got time for that?
Well, you've got time to watch people talk about the show instead of watching
Yeah,
the
because
show.
it's a lot better than actually wasting an hour.
Wow. You can clearly
So
tell when
there we
people are a wrestling fan or not, because to say watching it is a waste is
I
coming from a
like
non-fan.
wrestling. I don't like WWE's style of wrestling.
Yeah, I don't watch films anymore. I just watch people review them.
I wouldn't.
I mean, who's got time to listen to music? Just watch someone review it instead.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't watch WWE.
Alex, who are you voting for?
Me, I'm gonna stick with mine because I think
Super, who are you going with?
I'm going with my own.
I'm going to have to go with my own. It's a poll.
It is
wait,
a poll.
we can't poll this unless you get it out tonight.
Yeah, we can. It's going out tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah.
Alex,
today.
it is your award.
My award is the WrestleMania, the best favorite WrestleMania, because these guys are going to be, eternally bastards of all time. Super Chesney, you can go first.
My favourite WrestleMania of all, which is it's hard to vote on if it's whose is our favourite, but my favourite WrestleMania of all time probably ends up. I was thinking about WrestleMania 20, which is probably one of the first I ever stayed up to watch. You had John Cena beating the Big Show for the US title, which was one of his first major wins. I think that was his sort of big moment. You had a really good Fatal 4-Way tag team match with the Dudleys and Booker T and RVD. You had Evolution versus the Rock and Sock Connection. So the Rock had come back, which was first time in a while. You had an open cruiserweight match with loads and loads of guys in there. The amazing match that was Goldberg Brock Lesnar. We had Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, which was fantastic, and Undertaker returning as the Dead Man for the first time in years against Kane, and then finally a really controversial moment now, but at the time one of the best moments in wrestling history of Chris Benoit standing there with the glitter coming down as champion. Eddie Guerrero comes out, the two sort of guys that worked really hard to get to the top as champions.
I can't comment because I've not seen it.
I will give mine next, and I have to go to the one I remember the most was WrestleMania 23. I just watched just after this Mania had happened, but it was kept showing so many replays on the. Actually, no, wait, I was watching. It was the first Mania I watched. I do stand corrected. It was the first Mania I watched live. You had Chris Benoit defeat MVP to retain his United States Championship. I was a massive fan of both of those guys. They put on a good match. The Undertaker defeated Batista in, I think, one of the best Undertaker Mania matches. But it was really good, and he won the World Heavyweight Championship. You had Mr. Kennedy win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Just a good. That was one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches. You had. How could you forget the hair versus hair match? Vince McMahon getting shaved bald by Donald Trump, Bobby Lashley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin was hilarious. The actual match between Bobby Lashley and Murray was alright. And then John Cena defeated Shawn Michaels for in the WWE Championship match. John Cena put a car through the glass of the arena. It was fantastic. By far, my favourite. It had a good theme as well. Just absolutely by far the best Mania in my opinion. Well, favourite Mania in my opinion.
I liked everything except the hair versus hair because Donald Trump, but I'm not going to get into my political views.
Yeah, but this was when Donald Trump wasn't a political
figure
at all, so it made.
He's always had these opinions, though, let's be honest.
I don't care.
I don't know if I agree with. By all means, if it's your choice, it's your choice. Great. I think this show really suffered from not having very many big names. So you look down the list. There's no The Rock. There's no Austin.
Hair versus hair match.
Well,
Austin was in that
Lashley and Umaga. All right, he was a special guest referee. I'm talking about actually wrestling.
Yeah.
Lashley, Umaga.
Okay, compared to 22, where you had Mick Foley versus Edge, I can get your point.
Yeah, there was just. It was the rebuilding time where they didn't have that many big stars.
Yeah.
Because John Cena wasn't really that much of a big star at this point.
It was getting to the mega star moment.
He was getting to, and this was one of his.
This is what made him the mega star.
Yeah, absolutely.
Match. Yeah, I just loved it for everything it was. I was close to putting WrestleMania 17, which I watched from start to finish and loved every moment of it.
It probably is the best WrestleMania.
X7 is, yeah. It is by far the best Mania.
By far, I wouldn't say by far.
Yeah. Alex.
My favourite?
Yes.
Alright, we're going to talk about WrestleMania 30, which, believe it or not, is also in New Orleans. Okay, let's think about it. We start off with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock. One of the best segments of all time to hype a crowd up. Then we get into Daniel Bryan vs Triple H. Minus Bret Hart and Owen Hart, one of the best WrestleMania openers of all time.
Yeah, fair shout.
Not only that, but this Mania had a story running throughout it. Because after the Triple H match, Daniel Bryan finally won. He's at the main event. Then he gets attacked, still getting put down, and then we have moments in this match. But we have the last match, I believe, the New Age Outlaws, where they again, really fun, quick match, which helped the fans cool down. Then we had the first Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which for what it was, my opinion on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal wasn't a lot, but that moment of Cesaro picking up Big Show, again, a great moment. This show just constantly created moments. We had Bray Wyatt in his first big match against John Cena, where we almost saw John Cena use the chair. Crazy. And then, although it's controversial, I don't,
What, because John Cena picked up a shovel and dug a 6 feet hole for Bray Wyatt?
I didn't think it was buried. I didn't think he got buried. I think that feud was very equal.
No, it buried him.
No, because he won next time at Extreme Rules. And then the payback match was very equal because we had...
What has Bray Wyatt done, really?
That wasn't
I know
the
he's
fault
won the
of
WWE Championship, but that was to give it to Randy Orton.
John Cena. That wasn't the fault of John Cena.
Yes, it was. He killed fucking the Nexus as well.
But we are just talking about WrestleMania as a show. We're not talking about its aftermath. And then we have the moment of The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar. Again, created a moment. Whether that moment, overall was good. I think Brock Lesnar is probably one of the only viable picks you could take to take the Undertaker's streak away. They have no matter.
Can I kill him?
No matter what your no matter what your opinion is, they have capitalized on it. And then we had the main event where
I'm going to make this point here. Brock Lesnar was a beast before he did this. He didn't need to end the Undertaker's streak to be a beast, any way, shape, or form.
Who would you
just needed him to win some. He should have just finished, with the streak.
Yeah, I think Undertaker should have retired after that match.
I disagree. I think
what has he done since? He hasn't done anything.
I
decent,
don't think. I think Undertaker should have. But you're saying Undertaker should have won and retired.
No, I'm saying he should have retired after that match.
Okay, I can agree with you on that.
I just said retire.
I can agree with you on that point.
He should have just hung up the boots and left.
Yeah, then you talk about the main event where you had, Daniel Bryan, Batista.
Can't miss a women's match out.
There was a women's match.
AJ Lee, give Divas a chance.
AJ Lee, she was one of the only shining people in that match. But you also had some good moments of like Naomi, some of the new rising stars coming up. This is before the era of Sasha Banks and all that. So again, the women's match was fantastic. But I think in terms of that, those 10 years, it was one of the better ones. And then we get to the main event where Daniel Bryan had his moment, but he also had to go through the returning Batista, which if you talk about big names, there's another one that came back. And at that time, Batista was a big name. And then you have Randy Orton as well, who, is like the corporate.
You do know Batista's a bigger name now than he was before this.
Yeah, and then you had great moments in that match. You had Daniel Bryan coming so close. You had the Batista moment to the RKO spot. You had the moment when he was on the gurney, and then he gets up at the last second. The crowd pops, and then you see him win. Fetty comes down. It's the big end of a major story that wraps up nicely in a bow. On this Mania, you had great moments of people like The Rock, Austin, Hogan. You had match after match that was of great quality. I think, in terms of Mania, it's got everything you want. It's got celebrities, it had a kick-ass theme, it had a kick-ass arena, it had a kick-ass look. It just had everything you want.
Okay. Are you done?
Yep.
Brilliant. I think this... I didn't really like the story of Daniel Bryan going into a match with Triple H already injured and then getting injured after the match, getting injured again, and then coming out and beating two fresh guys in what was essentially a handicap match. It's just unbelievable to me, which lost it for me. So it just didn't have the end that I wanted to see to a WrestleMania.
I'm not going to lie, I watched this Mania live and still didn't remember that moment happening with him winning the championship. That's how much I actually forgot about WrestleMania 30.
Okay, here's my point.
I literally, as soon as The Undertaker lost, I pretty much tuned out.
Yeah, yeah.
Undertaker for me.
Crowd.
Undertaker for me.
Massively killed the crowd.
Undertaker for me, I wasn't that bothered because I really liked Brock Lesnar back in the day. So I was kind of looking.
It killed the crowd. Dead.
No, but when Daniel Bryan came back, they were alive.
They weren't.
It would have been a bigger pop if that hadn't have happened.
Okay,
I've watched it. There's not that big of a pop.
The crowd would have been dead no matter when the Undertaker lost his streak.
Exactly.
They made him lose it just before Daniel Bryan's biggest victory, so the crowd was like, "Yay, good moment. Let's fucking leave now. I'm pissed off."
WrestleMania as a whole is about moments, and WrestleMania 30 created the most moments. Can you tell me, WrestleMania 20 killed the crowd also, Goldberg, Lesnar. Nobody gave a shit.
It didn't kill the crowd.
That didn't kill the crowd. The crowd shitted on the match, but the crowd wasn't dead. There's a difference between a crowd rejecting a match and a crowd being dead.
And then you had Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. That moment was fantastic, but you still had the remnants.
But the crowd wasn't dead. The crowd gave up on WrestleMania 30 as soon as The Undertaker lost. Me and my mate pretty much tuned out after that because it's just like, well, fuck this.
Because you guys are marks of The Undertaker. That doesn't take away from the quality of the overall show.
Who do you vote for?
I'm going to stick with WrestleMania 30 because I think it's.
Tom, yeah, we've heard definitely why you think that. Don't worry, Tom.
What you go with, Super?
No, I'm asking you.
I'm going to have to stick with 23.
I'm going to go with 23 as well.
Awesome.
So there you go. That has been our podcast for tonight. Thank you very much for listening. Please do participate in the poll, which you can see above you right now, if you haven't done so already. We will be back following WrestleMania. If you would like to join us on the podcast as a guest, then please do get in touch.
Because currently we have to destroy the Dead Man Killer. Someone shits all over the Undertaker, we must destroy him.
I didn't shit all over the Undertaker.
Yes, you did.
Why?
No, just this podcast.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we shall all see you. Well, me and Super will see you in the next podcast. Alex, maybe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Wait, did you